This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel Spagowski, and I'm the founder of Special Chronicles and a Southern Tribal International Global Messenger. And this week, as a Southern Tribal International Global Messenger, I hosted the Berlin Together Daily Show, in which I reported on the events, people, and places at Special Olympics World Games Berlin 2023. And now we are going to share with you a collection of interviews that I hosted on the Berlin Together Daily Show right here on SpecialChronicles.com. You're watching the Berlin Together Daily Show on Special Olympics and SpecialChronicles.com, and I'm here, talking with
Teresa? Yes.
Teresa, a volunteer here at the World Games. So,
Yes.
Teresa, can you tell us what's your role at the Games and why you wanted to volunteer?
I am here a key volunteer at the Family Lounge and honored guest. And my role is here to welcome all the guests and the families. They can take a seat and they come down. And my background is I have a son with Down syndrome. He is 20 years old, so that's my personal effect to help here. Yeah.
Does your son compete here in Germany?
No. He's in Germany, but he don't is an athlete. He's not so fast. He had some problems, but we live near Frankfurt. And we came here.
Awesome.
He's at home.
And what have you seen that has shown how we are unbeatable together? So
the whole show here.
Like during these World Games, what is there a story, a brief story? What have you seen that shows how we are unbeatable together?
Mm-hmm. I was, for example, yesterday in the zoo. There was a big event for the families, and it was, we were all together. How should I explain? My English is not so good. Old people, young people with handicap or with no handicap. We have a great party with music and dances, and I think every event should be in this way, so we are all unbeatable together. Yeah, like this. Awesome.
And finally, and it might be a little difficult to answer in one word, but we'll try. What's one word to describe these World Games?
One word. Oh, it's not so easy in one word. I have to think about it. Fun. I would say fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
For me, it's fun.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us, for us athletes, for yourself as volunteers, coaches, our partners, everyone, when you come to these World Games, it's a fun experience.
Yeah, and we saw there the athletes. They were happy if they finished the race, and they are laughing and had a lot of fun. So I would say fun is a perfect word for it.
Awesome. So we've been talking with Teresa, a volunteer here at the cycling venue.
Yes.
And on behalf of the over 6 million athletes across the globe, thank you for volunteering this week at the World Games.
Yes. You're welcome. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a non-profit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcasts, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give.
You're watching the Berlin Together Daily Show on Special Chronicles and Special Olympics. I'm Daniel, Southern Tribal International Global Messenger, and I'm here with Dylan and James, two volunteers. So first, can you share with us what's your role at the games, why you wanted to volunteer, and who you're with? Because in getting to know you both before we started recording, you guys are part of a organization.
And our organization is called The Way Free Man. We're a group of travelers who
showing leadership.
Yep, showing leadership, and we are a group of travelers that have disabilities, but we like to show other people around the world that we can do more.
In this organization, anyone's welcome if you're disability or normal.
Awesome. And what's your role here at the World Games, and why did you want to come here to Berlin to volunteer?
Well, first of all, it's my first time in Berlin. I wanted to see how it is. Volunteering is fine. Helping out others at the World Games would be fun.
And my thing was I volunteered at the zoo back in Denver, Colorado, which is in the U.S. And we've been doing a lot of this amazing. I wanted to see how volunteering here would be like, and what the different leaderships we get here as well.
Awesome. And as the one of the big messages for these World Games is that we are unbeatable together. So what have you seen the past few days here at the World Games that has shown how we are unbeatable together?
Well, I've been seeing people working together, helping out each other to make them feel better and give them confidence and any kind of advice that can help them win.
And also, it's the part of being unified as one in different countries, different parts of the world, being one unified party. So
perfect. I loved how you guys have answered that. How we're working together, and this is one big unified party, probably the biggest across the entire globe. Mm-hmm. So what's one word to describe, if you were to describe these World Games in one word, what's one word to describe these World Games?
Amazing.
And happy.
Well, awesome. That's a perfect way to wrap up this interview, because that amazing and happy are two great emotions that describes when you come to the World Games of what you see with everyone being together and having a fun, happy, amazing time. So thanks for coming on the Berlin Together Daily Show on Special Chronicles and Special Olympics. And thank you on behalf of the millions of Special Olympics athletes for volunteering.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to have a great time.
We are.
Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives, and Wary is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they are literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd.
You're watching the Berlin Together daily show on Special Olympics and Special Chronicles. I'm Daniel Kowski, a Southern Tribal International Global Messenger. We're here at Healthy Athletes and Fun Fitness, and I'm talking with Andreas from
I'm from Greece.
And
I am clinical director to my country and for Europe.
so, first, can you tell us a little bit what is Healthy Athletes and this
Fun Fitness.
Fun Fitness discipline?
Fun Fitness is one program to Healthy Athletes program to have 5 sessions. If you want to see all the sessions, to make a tour with to screening flexibility, balance, strength, and aerobic.
How did you get involved as a clinical director in Greece in working with healthy athletes and
How many athletes?
like? How did you get started as a clinical director?
I started like a clinical director when take my country the Special Olympics Summer Games 2011, and I went to Idaho 2009 to make a practice pre-games before the games.
And as we're here at the Fun Fitness,
Fun Fitness is a
discipline. What's your vision of developing healthy lifestyles for all of us Special Olympics athletes?
is very important because in this departure, see all the body of the athletes, like muscle, the bones, the arthritis, everything, and the physical general physical activities. If you want to see all the parts, it's no problem.
Awesome. And what have you this week at the World Games here in
Until yesterday,
Berlin? What have you seen that has shown how we are unbeatable together?
okay. Until yesterday, all the healthy athletes make 12,000 screening. In Fun Fitness, maybe 3,500 until yesterday.
Awesome.
Uh,
And what
what?
with all the athletes going through Fun Fitness, what have you seen that has shown how we are unbeatable together?
The most athletes have problems with flexibility. It's 75%. The 55% have problem with the strains because it's a period after COVID, and many athletes stay at home and don't make some physical activities, and have many problems with physical because they feel very tired because don't move, don't make exercises. Don't have problems with the tight to muscle, don't make strength stretching. Okay.
Awesome. And finally, if you were to describe the World Games in one word, what's one word to describe?
Then again,
What's one word that you have to describe the experience here at the World Games and here at Fun Fitness?
fun fitness.
It's a difficult,
It's a
difficult
Okay.
question.
Many special Olympics programs don't have good. I don't know. No. Stop.
Awesome. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to say to encourage fellow athletes to get involved in fun fitness?
In particular, in the fun fitness have many volunteers like students physiotherapists and may have physiotherapist doctors and some physiotherapist athletes physiotherapists. But the most volunteers in fun fitness is students for physiotherapy schools for all the world, from US, from United Kingdom, Greece, and from China. On this.
Awesome. Well, we've been speaking with Andres, clinical director here at Out the Athletes Fun Fitness. Thank you for coming on the Berlin Together Daily
you.
Show.
And I hope the next games is most every games to be continue this program to make a new screening and help the athletes.
Thank you.
Take care.
Support for Special Chronicles comes from United Airlines Bridge Disability Business Resource Group. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with United Airlines and the Bridge BLG. Bridge BLG is committed to being an ally for all employees and customers with disabilities. Bridge helps to create internal awareness to keep accessibility needs in mind and partner with key organizations to empower disability inclusion for employment and travel. Bridge, connecting people of all abilities. Book your travel today on United.com or on the award-winning United app. Learn more on United's commitment to disability inclusion for employment and travel at specialchronicles.com/United. That's specialchronicles.com/United.
Welcome to the Berlin Together Daily Show on Special Olympics and Special Chronicles. I'm Daniel Spikowski, a Southern Tribal International Global Messenger, here with Claudia from the LLC. We're here with the Young Athletes. So, Claudia, can you tell us, since we just got done with one of the Young Athletes activities, what is Young Athletes?
Sure. So Young Athletes is a sport and play program. It's for children ages 2 to 7, and its key focus is to develop basic motor skills, so kicking, throwing, striking. Yeah.
Can you tell us some of the activities that the kids went through during the program?
Sure. So today we have 4 different stations. We've got striking, exploring, where we have a bit of an obstacle course. We have throwing and kicking. And at each different activity, we have lots of different kind of colourful equipment, different types of balls, balloons, cones, and the kids have just really enjoyed running everywhere.
So as we know with the young athletes, it develops sports skills and the future. Before we started recording, you had said that here and also Germany, that you guys don't have a young athletes program. So what do you see as we develop the future Special Olympics athletes, like myself and the millions across the globe, what do you see as the future of the Young Athletes program here in Germany?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so ESO Germany is planning to begin the Young Athletes program soon in Germany, and this has been the first time that people in Berlin have been able to see the Young Athletes program and learn what it's about. We've had a lot of visitors, a lot more than we were expecting, and a lot of interest from parents and caregivers and educators. And so our hope is that they will learn more about the Young Athletes program and start it in their communities, at home, or in their schools.
Awesome. And as you know, from being on the LOC with the games model Unbeatable Together, what have you seen this week that has shown how we are unbeatable together?
Sure. I think for me, a big moment was in the opening ceremony when one of the athletes carrying the torch went a little bit further than planned. Because for me, I think it just showed how determined they were, how strong they were athletically. And I loved how the whole stadium cheered for the athlete. And for me, that was just a big moment of coming together. And yeah, it was just pure Special Olympics strength.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that was a really powerful moment that really showed the world how we are unbeatable together. And then finally, it might be a little bit of a difficult question, but what's one word to describe these World Games here in Berlin?
I think usually when I think of Special Olympics, I think of joy, and I think with these games, I would say powerful, because I think we've sent a big message to the world. I think the games are very, very visible in Berlin and across Germany, and we're really, really proud of that in the LOC.
Awesome. Yeah. This has really been a really powerful, impactful week here. So thanks for coming on the Berlin Together Daily Show. And for more podcasts, you can keep up on specialchronicles.com. Thanks.
Thank you.
Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting, the easiest, most affordable option to get started in podcasting. At Special Chronicles, we proudly host our weekly podcast with Podbean and highly recommend you use Podbean Podcast Hosting to get started in podcasting today. Sign up for an unlimited hosting plan and get 1 month free now to get started in podcasting today when you visit specialchronicles.com/Podbean. That's specialchronicles.com/Podbean. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard, the easiest way to create professional live streams. StreamYard is a live streaming studio in your browser. Interview guests, share your screen, and much more. Stream directly to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other platforms. Sign up for StreamYard today using our StreamYard referral link when you visit specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. That's specialchronicles.com/StreamYard.
Southern Tribal International Global Messenger here at Healthy Athletes with Brittany, the health staff at SOI. So, Brittany, can you first just tell us, some people may know what Healthy Athletes is, but some may not, like just briefly, what is Healthy Athletes?
Sure, Daniel. Thanks for having me on your podcast. Healthy Athletes is a screening program where we offer screenings to Special Olympics athletes and unified partners. Traditionally, Healthy Athletes has up to 9 disciplines, but here at World Games Berlin, we're offering 7 different disciplines. We have Fit Feet, Fun Fitness, Health Promotion, Special Smiles, Healthy Hearing, and Opening Eyes. In Healthy Athletes, athletes go through a screening. We let them know if they have any risk factors for any chronic conditions. We get them connected with educational materials and sometimes exercise materials. We also give them referrals to community-based doctors so that they can follow up with care when they get home.
Awesome. And at these World Games in Berlin, you share those, how many screenings have taken place and the impact that you're seeing this week?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are on our final day of screening right now, and we have provided almost 15,000 health screenings for over 4,400 athletes since last Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And is it as we know the importance is to develop inclusive health, so that way all of us athletes are healthy. What's your vision of developing healthy lifestyles and inclusive health for all of us athletes, not just here at the World Games, but when we all go back home?
Yeah, so I would say, it's not just my vision, but sort of the collective vision of Special Olympics health, the vision that is really informed by athletes like yourself that contribute to healthy athletes so greatly, is that, athletes have a place to go that is inclusive, that is comfortable to receive not only screenings, but also the care that they deserve. That providers are well trained to care for people with ID, and that environments are accessible and inclusive. We want athletes to be connected to care upon returning home from the games or any screening event that they attend, in a place where they know that they can readily go to receive inclusive health care and health services. I think another piece of it that is really great is for athletes to be sort of in command and in control of their own health, be well informed so that they know really the active role that each of us play in our own health. That they can guide their doctor's appointments, that they can guide their physiotherapy, and that their care is tailored to them in a way that achieves the goals, the lifestyle goals, the health goals that they want to achieve.
Awesome. And as we know, the motto of this World Games is unbeatable together. So is there a brief story of something that you've seen, particularly here at Healthy Athletes, that has shown how we are unbeatable together?
Can I do two stories?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I think the first one would definitely be your group of peers, the Sergeant Shriver International Global Messengers, coming here to Healthy Athletes and leading tours with us in unified pairs. I know for me, I give Healthy Athletes tours all day, every day, and there's nothing like a tour in a unified pair with an SSIGM. The tour groups love it. I love it. It's so great to hear how you all have experienced Healthy Athletes and how you're prioritizing your health. And so I think, the combination and the togetherness of pairing our staff at SOI or our staff here locally that's running Healthy Athletes with people like SSIGMs on these tours is definitely a great example of being unbeatable together. Those tours are leaps and bounds better than a tour that I would just give by myself. And so I think the second piece would be the togetherness with our sponsors. And so in Opening Eyes with sponsorship with Lions Clubs International Foundation, Safilo, and One Site EssilorLuxottica, we're able to provide prescription glasses, sport goggles, and swim goggles for athletes who go through the Opening Eyes screening and are determined to need prescription eyewear. And then in Healthy Hearing, we have a partnership with Starkey Cares. And athletes that don't pass their hearing tests are connected with Starkey Cares here on site, and they're fitted with hearing aids here before they ever leave games. And we know it's such a hard thing when people return home to get access to these much needed and much deserved health aids like glasses or hearing aids. And so pairing up together at these games really has made us unbeatable in terms of getting athletes, what they need, what they deserve while they're still here before they even go home.
Yeah, awesome. I want to comment on the first thing that you said, that I think it's important when people come in for the tours to hear firsthand from us, SSIGMs, of how the athletes benefits us. So that way they can see firsthand how we benefit.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's nothing that captures the essence of a Healthy Athlete screening than hearing from an athlete who's been through the screening themselves.
Yeah, awesome. And to wrap up, it might be a difficult question, but what's one word to describe these World Games here in Berlin?
So it's funny, I think you actually said this word earlier in the interview, but I've been thinking about it, and I would say impactful. Impactful to the nearly 15,000 screenings that we've done to make a difference in the health of Special Olympics athletes, impactful to the 4,400 plus athletes that we've been able to serve, also impactful for us, our staff, learning about each of you, learning about, the population as a whole, impactful through our partnerships where we're able to give, athletes access to services and devices like glasses and hearing aids, which largely are unattainable to them in the community. If I could sum it all up, and it's, I've learned just as much from you as you might have learned from me in this week, probably more I've learned from you. It's just a tremendous impact. So my word for these games certainly is impactful.
Awesome. That's a perfect way to wrap up because it's definitely an impactful week of us telling you what we need to be healthy, and that's how we can develop this inclusive health.
I totally agree.
So thank you for coming on the Berlin Together Daily Show on Special Olympics and on SpecialChronicles.com for more podcasts. And I'm Daniel Spikoski, a Southern Tribal International Global Messenger, talking with Brittany from the health staff. Thank you, Brittany.
I'm Brittany Ruth. I'm the Director of Healthy Athletes at Special Olympics International. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Thank you.
This has been really fun.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality,
dignity,
and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
The Berlin Together Daily Show. I'm Daniel Spikoski, Southern Tribal International Global Messenger. Here with Mark Mayo, Global Messenger from Germany. Mark, can you tell us about a few of the athlete leadership roles that you have participated in this week, and what has been your favorites?
Hat dich willkommen geheißen und hat gefragt, was für Aufgaben du diese Woche als Global Messenger hattest und als Athletensprecher, und was waren deine Favoriten?
Ja, wir hatten ja einmal Pressetermine, aber auch Öffentlichkeitsarbeit. Wir waren mit eingebunden in der Eröffnungsfeier. Wir waren mit eingebunden, auch mal miteinander zu schauen. Miteinander hatten wir auch den Termin mit Global Messengers zusammen und den Austausch. Dann haben wir auch, und das ist ja auch was ganz, ganz Wichtiges, wir auch zusammen hier diese Allianzen auch besucht, die Fernsehallianzen, TV, Interviews gehabt. Das war so größtenteils das, was wir an Aufgaben hatten oder was ich an Aufgabe hatte. Und für mich ist, wie die Eröffnungsfeier abgelaufen ist, dieses Highlight.
So Mark told he had multiple appointments, a lot of appointments with the media, and they met politicians. Yesterday they met the Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz. He was part of the opening ceremony, but his highlight was the opening ceremony itself. It was very emotional for him.
Awesome. What athlete leadership is really important in Special Olympics? So what athlete leadership trainings have you prepared for leadership roles at these World Games?
Also, dass Athleten in Führungsrollen sind bei Special Olympics ist sehr, sehr wichtig. Was war deine Vorbereitung auf deine Rolle als Global Messenger?
Ich wurde immer vor Ort drauf eingestimmt von Nina Hagedorn, die dann mir diese Sachen erstmal zukommen lassen hat, und daraufhin habe ich immer Anhaltspunkte gekriegt, und damit konnte ich mich dann selbst verwirklichen, also so auch selbst mein Ziel und vorbereiten.
Um nochmal genauer nachzufragen, was war so die letzten Jahre? Was hat dich auf die Rolle vorbereitet?
Ja, also dass wir gemeinsam mit den Athletinnen und Athleten von SOD zusammen uns eigentlich vorbereitet haben, indem wir uns Gedanken gemacht haben, was wollen wir überhaupt da drin haben.
So while games time, his preparation for the appointments and especially with politicians and so on, he had a mentor, Nina Hagedorn. They talked about every appointment beforehand. And before the games time in the last years, he's an athlete spokesperson for, I think, 8 years now, even more, I think 8 or 9 years. And his most important preparation was the work with the athletes all the time. He talked to athletes a lot while games time, before games time, and so he he knows what is their interest, what are their worries, what are their wishes.
Awesome. And what have you? Why did you want to become a global messenger with SO Germany?
Und warum ist es für dich wichtig, dass du der Botschafter für SO Deutschland bist, und warum als Global Messenger?
Wichtig deswegen als Global Messenger oder überhaupt, damit wir anerkannt werden, dass wir miteinander zusammen das unschlagbar Zusammenhalt unschlagbar leben können. Und wir auch die Athletinnen und Athleten gut nach außen präsentieren können. Das sind eigentlich so diese ersten großen Sachen und halt, dass wir hier in Deutschland die Allianzen auch gut repräsentieren können. Das ist eigentlich so, wo ich denke, dass es dafür für Deutschland gut ist.
So for Mark, the most important thing is to represent the athletes. That it's very important for him to represent the corporations with the partners, with the media and so on. Was meintest du, warum ist es wichtig für
dich? Damit wir Deutschland nach außen präsentieren können.
Genau. He said in Special Olympics, especially in Germany, has not the awareness it needs. So for him, it's very important to be present, to show that athletes are able to success in life, to have important roles, to participate. So and it's an honor for him to be a global messenger.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why we are all global messengers, either in our home state or either in our home country or globally as well.
Genau. Hat gesagt, das ist auch das, warum er Global Messenger sein will. Und es spielt keine Rolle, ob man das für sein Heimatland macht oder eben international.
Yeah.
As what have you done this week with the games slogan "Unbeatable Together"? What have you done this week that has shown how you're unbeatable together?
Fällt dir eine bestimmte Situation ein, wo du als Global Messenger vorgelebt hast und gezeigt hast, dass wir zusammen unschlagbar sind?
Ja, also ich sage mal, wir hatten gestern zum Beispiel hatten wir das wettbewerbsfreie Angebot. Und wir waren mit dabei, mit euch zusammen, mit den anderen Global Messengers und haben zusammen mit den Kindern zum Beispiel was zusammen gemacht. Das war schon ein tolles Erlebnis. Ich habe jetzt zum Beispiel auch gestern Abend waren wir bei den Allianzen, bei TV-Rechten und haben da auch Katharina Witt, aber auch Kerstin Vogel dann auch getroffen. Und da ist es so, dass dieses Miteinander da auch gelebt worden ist. Ne?
So he said, for example, yesterday he had been at the Young Athletes program, at the non-competitive sports program, together with you guys, and he said it's very important to work with the children who are not yet part of Special Olympics, and to show what is possible if you really believe in yourself. And it's, I think, he said, to show these young people what is possible. And yesterday evening, we've been at the reception of the Media Alliance. This is a group of, they call themselves the 11 Friends, so 11 broadcasters work together. Normally they're in a competition for TV rights and so on, but for the Special Olympics, they work together and they, for example, show over 500 minutes live sport online and on TV. This is the first time for SO Germany that something like this happens. And the last thing Mark mentioned was yesterday at this reception he met Christina Vogel. She's a former cyclist, very, very successful, won multiple Olympic medals, and now is a representative for the Paralympic Committee. But sometimes there are tensions between Special Olympics and Paralympics, but while games time, it doesn't matter.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely agree with when we were at the Young Athletes event that we were able to show the young people what, by seeing you, Mark, and seeing us in international global messengers interacting with them, that definitely shows how we're unbeatable together.
Ja, ich finde das mit den Young Athletes und wettbewerbsfreien Angebot ist ein sehr, sehr gutes Beispiel und man zeigt wirklich der jungen Generation schon, was möglich ist.
As host of these games, as we can conclude, what message do you have for the World Games after the World Games?
Genau, was ist für dich eine wichtige Botschaft, die nach den Weltspielen stehen sollte?
Ja, dass man einfach daran weiterarbeitet, dass wir sichtbar bleiben, dass wir unsere Athletinnen und Athleten dann immer mehr in die Vereine bekommen, aber auch, dass sich die Landesverbände mehr öffnen.
So he said, we can't stop after games time. Right now there's a lot of awareness. So you can see all over the city flags of Special Olympics and so on. There are the volunteers, but the work starts after games time. So we have to create more sports offers for our athletes. They still must have the chance to present themselves.
Awesome. And then finally, as we wrap up, what legacy do you hope that these Berlin World Games will leave on the rest of the world?
Was für eine Nachhaltigkeit haben die Weltspiele nicht nur für Deutschland, für den Rest, sondern auch für den Rest?
Ja, dass Special Olympics außerhalb auch Deutschlands auch bekannter wird. Dass wir gezeigt haben, dass wir Allianzen gründen können und daran auch gucken müssen, dass wir Allianzen stark auch in die Welt kommen, wie bei den Paralympics. Dass wir überall auf allen Kontinenten Allianzen haben, die das dann übertragen, umso vorzeigekräftiger wird es sein.
So he said, especially the media cooperation is very, very special this time, and he thinks this should be the legacy for the next World Games in Torino, maybe in Perth. It's not sure yet. And then on every continent, in every SO region, there should be something like this media cooperation, so that the athletes still are present in the media, and not only if you at least events like the World Games, but in the wide media.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking with Mark, Mayo, Global Messenger from SO Germany. Been watching the Berlin Together Daily Show. I'm Daniel Spikoski, a Southern Driver International Global Messenger. And for more podcasts, you can visit specialchronicles.com. And hopefully you've enjoyed this episode when we're here at the Special Olympics World Games in Berlin 2023.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
Who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
Equality. Equality. Equality.
Dignity.
Dignity and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop.
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
More divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
You're watching the Berlin Together Daily Show. I'm Daniel Spikoski, Southern Driver International Global Messenger. I'm here with Julie, Anna, and Matap. Two global messengers from Germany, and we're here at the World Games in Berlin. So tell us about a few of the athlete leadership roles that you have participated in this week, and what have been your favorites.
Dadurch heißt euch willkommen in seinem Podcast und hat gefragt, was für Rollen habt ihr, was für Aufgaben hattet ihr diese Woche schon als Athletensprecher?
Wir hatten ganz viele. Bundeskanzler hatten wir gesehen. Dann gestern Herrn Scholz. Und hatten wir da auch noch ein paar Fotos gemacht und ein bisschen unterhalten.
Ja, wir hatten ganz viele Besichtigungen gehabt, also Sportler anzugucken und halt auch zu sehen. Und noch ganz viele Pressekonferenz-Interviews hatten wir gehabt. Zum Beispiel die Eröffnungsfeier. Genau, halt diese Sachen halt auch zuzuhören.
Yeah, these two had multiple appointments as well. They both. She was part of the opening ceremony. She was on stage with Felix Neureuther. They had press conferences. They met politicians. Both of them. They had the chance to meet the Chancellor Olaf Scholz yesterday, and they had the chance to talk to him for a few minutes and tell him what is important for the athletes of SO Germany and SO athletes worldwide. So, for example, Giuliano told him that it's very important to use easy language, especially in political talks.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we know, athlete leadership trainings are important. So what athlete leadership trainings have prepared you for your leadership roles here at these World Games?
Was bei Special Olympics hat euch denn vorbereitet auf diese Rolle als Athletensprecher, als Global Messenger?
Ich bin auch Athletensprecher von Berlin und da habe ich auch ein bisschen Erfahrung mit ganzen Themen und habe auch die Athleten mal gefragt, wie es ihr so jetzt die paar Tage so geht.
Ja, also ich bin einerseits Athletensprecher für Rheinland-Pfalz und auch noch halt für Weltathletensprecher. Und da hat man schon ein bisschen Erfahrung, zum Beispiel im Bühnenprogramm oder halt zu gucken, halt Rede zu halten und den Athleten zuzuhören, dabei sein, also mitmachen und
So on the regional level, at their regional associations, they are both athlete spokespersons, and so they know how to handle the media, and they know how important it is to talk to athletes. Both of them are athletes as well, but this time they can't participate on the World Games. And both of them have a mentor as well, so we prepare together for the World Games. And
yeah, I think a lot of, even as international global messengers, we have a lot of the same athlete representative roles
and we prepare with our mentors, and so it's good to have that training.
Genau, also er hat gesagt, es ist natürlich wichtig, dass man immer diese Erfahrung
Ja.
hat und aber er sagt, es ist auch wichtig, dass man einen Mentor oder Mentorin an der Seite hat, die einen unterstützt.
Why did you want to become a global messenger here in Germany?
Warum wolltet ihr diese Rolle einnehmen dieses Mal?
Weil wir die Gastgeber sind und wir sind dann auch so für unsere Athleten, die anderen Athleten auch mal ein bisschen kennenzulernen und mal in anderen Länder aus.
Warum ich halt also Athletensprecher bin, für mich ist halt wichtig, dass ich die Athleten, also Menschen mit Beeinträchtigungen unterstützen kann, dass die mehr halt so als ein Punkt sind, dass sie mehr Sport machen können und mehr in Vereinen sind, dass die mehr Möglichkeit haben. Und es ist auch für mich sehr wichtig, dass ich die halt unterstütze, wenn die Probleme oder so haben, dass ich dann halt sage, okay, komm, ich helfe dir oder komm, wir schaffen das zusammen. Und es ist halt für mich sehr, sehr wichtiges Punkt, dass ich halt die unterstützen kann. Da das sein kann, dass sie sehen, einer ist für die da oder mehrere sind für die da als Weltathlетensprecher.
So Juliana is born and raised in Berlin. So she's a real local host of the World Games, and it is an honor for her to welcome all the athletes in Germany. And for both of them, it's important to step up, to shout out their opinion, to talk to politicians that they need more chances to participate. And both of them just like to help other people and to talk about the interests and wishes of athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what a lot of us athlete leaders like, is to connect with other athletes.
Genau. Also er sagt, das ist auch das, was er als Global Messenger macht, anderen Leuten zu vernetzen und mit Athleten zu sprechen.
What have you done this week during the World Games that has shown how we are unbeatable together?
Genau. Wie habt ihr den Slogan der Weltspiele zusammen unschlagbar gemacht? Was für eine Veranstaltung fällt ihr euch vielleicht ein? Du könntest zum Beispiel die Geschichte mit dem Jungen erzählen.
Also das war so gestern, da hatte ich ein paar Termine gehabt. Ich war mich halt am Bereiten und am Vorbereiten und da habe ich einen Athlet gesehen, der war halt sehr traurig, also der lag auf dem Boden, der war halt am Weinen und es war halt sehr emotional für mich, also da habe ich mir halt Sorgen gemacht und war dann halt bei ihm, habe nachgefragt, warum er weint, was für ein Problem er hat und einfach versucht mit ihm halt zu reden, was auch für mich sehr wichtig ist. Und da habe ich halt versucht, mit ihm zu reden. Ich konnte halt kein Englisch, aber ich habe halt versucht, mit ihm halt zu reden. Und danach hat er gesagt, ja, dass er halt sehr aufgeregt ist für seinen Wettkampf und dass er halt seine Mutter vermissen tut und dass er die ganze Zeit nicht essen kann, auch nichts trinken kann. Da war halt sehr traurig, sehr enttäuscht war der. Und dann habe ich einfach ihm versucht zu helfen und haben ja auch zusammen geredet, haben zusammen einen Wettkampf angeschaut. Und der hat auch sogar geweint, weil er halt kein Pommes bekommen hat. Und haben wir einfach nochmal Pommes gesucht, Pommes gegeben. Der hat sich auch sehr gefreut, also wie ich halt wieder ihn glücklich gemacht habe. Das war sehr wichtig für mich.
So Matt has a really, really beautiful story, which shows perfect how they both of them live unbeatable together while games. I will show you some pictures after the interview. They will guarantee you chills. Yeah, she was walking around Messe, and then she saw an athlete lying on the ground and crying, and she tried to talk to him. They didn't speak the same language then, but somehow they managed to connect. And she found out he was just having a call with his mother. He was really missing her very much. He was so nervous and so anxious. He couldn't eat for days. And Meta just was there, took care of him. And she found out that he was really, he really wanted to have some fries. And after that, she and Anne, her mentor, were walking around Messe for sometime just to find some fries for him. And after that, they had fries together, and he was better after that. And I will show you some pictures after.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing the pictures.
Er wird gerne die Fotos gleich sehen.
As host of these games, what message do you have for the world after these World Games?
Was für eine Botschaft soll es nach den Weltspielen noch geben und die soll in die Welt hinaus?
Es soll mehr Inklusion sein und mehr leichte Sprache für die Athleten und auch ein bisschen mehr Kontakte zu sein.
Ja, für mich ist halt wichtig, dass die Athleten mehr Erfahrung sammeln, mehr halt rausgehen können, zum Beispiel wie Vereine und so, dass sie mehr Möglichkeiten haben. Und es ist sehr, sehr wichtig, dass sie auch zeigen können, was sie drauf haben. Und das ist halt für einen Athlet oder mehrere Athleten halt sehr wichtig. Und es steht auch für mich in der ersten Reihe, dass man die Athleten auch zeigen kann und auch besichtigen kann halt.
Both of them agree with Mark. It can't stop after the games time. It's very beautiful right now. There's a lot of awareness, and a lot of spectators come to the venues to watch the athletes. But after the games, this should continue. There must be more sports offers. There must be more chances to participate. There must be more inclusion, and there must be more platforms and possibilities to connect with each other.
Yeah, I agree, because as athletes, we compete and have training all year round. So it's important for everyone to be able to hear our stories throughout the whole year.
Sagt, als Athleten trainiert man das ganze Jahr und trainiert darauf hin, dass man sich zeigen kann. Sagt, es ist ganz wichtig, dass dann eben auch das ganze Jahr überall gezeigt wird und auch in den Medien.
And finally, as we wrap up, what legacy do you hope that these Berlin World Games will leave on the rest of the world?
So eine Nachhaltigkeit sollen die Spiele haben. Was soll bleiben?
Also, dass wir zusammen sind. Zusammen ist halt sehr wichtig. Und genau, dass wir halt den Weg weitergehen können. Und dass auch dieses Weltspiel als Erinnerung bleibt und das wird man nie vergessen. Und dass wir halt gemeinsam halt schaffen können, dass wir zusammen arbeiten können und zeigen können, was ist wichtig für uns ist, dass wir zusammen, also sag ich mal so, das Thema ist auch unschlagbar und es ist auch sehr, sehr wichtig, dass wir zusammenbleiben.
Ja, unschlagbar muss das richtig Wort sein, weil dann sind wir auch nach der Weltspiele immer extremer gut drauf. Also die ganzen Leute, die nicht Sport machen, die Erwachsenen, können das dann auch mal richtig verstehen.
So basically, to wrap it up, both of them said, we need to stay in contact, we need to think about new ideas, because together we are.
Awesome. That's a perfect way to wrap up this episode. You've been watching the Berlin Together Daily Show. I'm Daniel Skuski, Southern Tribal International Global Messenger, speaking with Miap and Juliana. Thank you for coming on the Berlin Together Daily Show.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
Who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
Equality. Equality. Equality.
Dignity and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop.
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
More divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Berlin Together Daily Show. Hopefully you've enjoyed all of the series of interviews, episodes. If you want to watch the full video episodes, you can go on to specialchronicles.com and search for the Berlin Together Daily Show. These episodes also can be seen on SpecialOlympics.org. So just look in the show notes on this episode on specialchronicles.com and search for the Berlin Together Daily Show, and you can watch all 7 of these episodes. We'll be back next week and all month long with some more episodes recorded live, recorded on location from Berlin. To stay subscribed, keep following Special Chronicles on social media, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week right here on SpecialChronicles.com. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smikowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for absolutely for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, specialchronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks as always to our business manager, Adam Smukowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smukowski, back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.